All right, during the springtime, it is very common to have moist soil constantly, like all the time. Anytime a spring rain happens, the ground stays wet for days, it seems. We had rain here 4 days ago, 3 days ago, something like that. The ground is still wet. Every morning there's so much dew on the ground that it just never seems to burn off. So if everything seems to be wet, do we have to water the grass seed? If we're putting grass seed down, whether it's on bare dirt, if we're overseeding an existing lawn, the short answer is yes, you still have to water that grass seed. However, it depends on what time of the year it is. Is it early spring or is it late spring? Because in early spring, we're still able to get by with only watering the grass seed a couple times a day. It's usually moist in the morning. If we water it once or so mid-afternoon and once going into the evening, it's gonna stay moist pretty much 24 hours. But by the time June rolls around and days are like 15 hours long, then things change a little bit. See you later, Doug. If you're putting grass seed down mid-spring, mid to late spring, then that grass seed is gonna dry out way faster than you realize. At the end of winter, going into spring, moisture content in the grass seed is going to stay there for a long time, and in the soil as well. But the grass seed itself is gonna dry very fast. So you're gonna have to water that very regularly. And by regularly, I mean like a few times a day, as opposed to like 7 times a day. And the reason I say that is because you don't wanna waste seed. If you're only doing it 2 or 3 times a day, some of it will germinate, but it's going to be spotty germination, and you're not really going to be enthusiastic about the result once your lawn has kind of come in, or once that bare spot in your lawn has filled in. The trick to getting that grass seed to germinate well, however, on top of keeping it moist, is to not water it for too long at any one time. Truly the best way to get that seed to germinate is to spritz it a bunch of times every single day. So if you can find 1 week, 1 7-day window where you can literally just like spritz that grass 7 times every single day, it's gonna germinate really fast. This is as opposed to spritzing it once or twice a day for about 2.5 weeks straight and getting spotty germination. I would personally far rather work really hard in 1 7-day window to get really great germination than to not go all in and only water it once or twice a day for 2 to 3 times as long. It just doesn't make any sense. I've grown enough grass by seed to know a lot of stuff. If you want to learn more about growing grass from seed this time of year, make sure to watch this video up here. It's much more comprehensive and answers a lot more questions that you might not even realize that you should be asking.